Hey everybody, hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of DDTS, episode 507. Back with another video for y'all today, back with another podcast for y'all today, whatever you want to call it. Y'all gonna be hearing my voice today, y'all ain't gonna be seeing me on camera, but I will be providing pictures and providing videos and providing receipts of what I talk about today. I was not going to do a video today. I was not going to do any content today. I was not going to do anything like that today. But after thinking, I was like, you know what? Let me get on here and do a little more content. Now, I will be doing some shorts probably later. And I probably will be doing some reaction videos or whenever this and that the third. But happy Saturday to y'all. It is March the 28th or 9th, 2025. So thank y'all for joining me. Today, we're going to be talking about some things. We got some things that we're going to get into. And let me tell y'all this. Social media has been cutting up, y'all. Social media has been cutting up. Peoples have been cutting up and everything. Every day when you think you just going to sit back and relax and you think stuff uncool down, in reality, ain't nothing uncool down. Ain't nothing uncool down for nothing. You always hear something. And we're going to get into it. We're going to be talking about 3 topics today. 3 topics. I'm going to give it my all, like I always do, my perspective, my honest opinion, everything. I ain't going to sugarcoat nothing. I'm going to just speak the truth, tell it like it is. But first, if you're new here, hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bell so you will get notified when I have new content available. Okay, 3 topics we're going to be discussing and talking about today. The first topic that we're going to be talking about today and discussing, we're going to be talking about this incident with the Repo man. It was a Repo man that was in Memphis. A man that was a Repo man in Memphis. He was allegedly trying to repossess somebody's car. Now, we all know when somebody repossess your car, it's only one or 2 things. Well, basically one thing. Well, 2 things. Either you're behind on your note, either you behind on your note and you ain't paid the car note in about a couple of months, maybe years, maybe weeks, or however you do it, or you've been trying to dodge them or taking off the tracker. Basically, I'm just going to put it like that. So, with that being said, how this came about. So, as you can see, I will be posting a video of the incident that happened, okay? I will be posting a video of what happened, a clip of the video of what happened. Shout out to Neighborhood Talks because that's where I got the clip from. And I will be tagging Neighborhood Talks and I will be hashtagging them, whichever one, because that's where I got the clip from, and I want to give people their credit, give them their flowers who provided the content. So thank you, Neighborhood Talks. So in the video that I will be providing a little bit later, the Repo man got on his knees and he was trying to hook the clamp or whatever. He was trying to hook the clamp, however you want to say it, trying to get the car, available, trying to hook the clamp, hit the car to get it available, so he can pull the car off the lot or wherever it was. So then you have a person, you have 2 peoples. You have 2 peoples coming out, maybe one. You have 1 or 2 peoples coming out of where they was when they saw the Repo man. One person got in the car when the Repo man was on the ground, as you gonna see in the video. As the Repo man was on the ground, the person got in the car, crunked it up, and this person ran over the Repo man's head. And as you can hear in the video that I'm going to put up after I say this, You can hear the repo man screaming, hollering, saying, my head, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you. Y'all going to damn jail. Y'all going to jail and all that. I'm going to include all of that. All of that is what you're going to see in the clip of the video that I'm going to be providing for y'all so y'all can see for y'allself. And I'm going to elaborate on that situation after I put the video clip up and after y'all watch it. Because after watching 2 to 3 times or even more, me, myself, I'm like, damn, that's some very foul shit. And, it's just a damn shame how peoples can be so cruel. But I'm going to tell you this. What I think about the whole situation, I think it's cruel. I think it's sad. And I think it's some very foul ass peoples that we have in society. Like, my take is this. If you knew for a fact that you wasn't going to pay for the car note, if you was not going to pay the car note, and if you knew for a fact that you were a couple of months behind or however what happened, if you're going through a hard time, if you're going through a situation, better yet, you should call the car note peoples, call the car peoples, or where you got your car from. Tell them your situation. They'll be happy to give you an assistant or work with you on some payment plans. But we're going to get into it after this clip. So I'm about to provide y'all with the clip now. Okay? Now let's get into it. There you have it, y'all. That's the video. That's the clip. And after the clip, I will say this. I was on Instagram and I follow Neighborhood Talks. And it is said that they have gotten a update on the 2 peoples in Memphis that did that to the repo man. So it was a man and then it was a woman. And this is the picture that I got. This is the picture of the 2 peoples that were behind the repo man getting injured, getting hurt, and everything. These are the 2 peoples that is responsible for the repo man's head getting hurt. Now, it is said that the repo man didn't suffer any serious injuries, but I'm pretty sure that him getting ran over, I'm pretty sure that did some damage. I know for a fact that they hurt. I know for a fact in general that was full of pain. And I'm going to say this. Looking at the picture of these 2 peoples that are in Memphis, I'm assuming that this happened in Memphis. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this. Looking at these 2 peoples on this picture that have been arrested and for being responsible allegedly for this repo man's head getting injured, ran over. A lot of y'all might agree with me, and then again, a lot of y'all might not agree with me. A lot of people say, well, the repo man shouldn't have left it alone. No. Let's be real. Let's be honest. The repo man was just doing his job. He was doing his job. He was doing what he was supposed to do. It's not the repo's man's fault that they're behind on their damn car note. It's not the repo man's fault that, why get a car and you wouldn't be able to pay for it. It is not the repo man's responsibility to pay nobody's car note. It is the repo man's responsibility to do his job, go get the car, hook it up, and bring it back to the dealership, or better yet, wherever it came from. The repo man was just doing his job. And what happens when this repo man is doing his job? He get his head ran over. It could have been worse. The repo man could have been unalived. He could have been unalived. And because of the silly act that these peoples didn't want their car repossessed, they put the repo man's life in danger. They harmed the repo man. And this the thing. If you know for a fact that you're not going to pay for a car note, just don't get a car from a dealership. If you want a car so bad and you're not going to pay the car note, go to a pay here, buy here, buy here, pay here. Pay cash for the car. And if anything needs to be worked on it, you just go to AutoZone, O'Reilly, and get parts for it and get it worked on. That's the best thing to my knowledge. Go on and fix it up the way you want to fix it up. When you go to a pay here, buy here, pay cash for it, you ain't got to worry about no car note. However you want to fix it up, do that. But at the same time, if you know you're not going to pay the note, if you know you can't make the note, if you know you can't do what you want to do, when it comes to that type of stuff, then don't get it. If it's not for you, then don't get it. There are signs telling you that you shouldn't do things that you know you can't keep up with. You can't keep up with the Joneses and splur out when you know you don't have the benefits, when you know you don't have the money. I know you want to splurge on yourself, but at the same time, it's like, don't put nobody else's life at risk because of a silly situation that you wanted to do. Not calling the situation silly, I'm calling it very serious, life-threatening. The repo man could have been paralyzed. He could have had a broken neck. It could have been even worse. He could have been paralyzed from the neck down. We don't know that. Now, for the peoples that done this, they look like the type that'll do it over and over and over and over again if they get the opportunity. Now, I'm just saying, it's not worth losing your life over. He was just doing his job. The repo man was just doing his job. And him doing his job caused him to get hurt. And as the repo man head got ran over, he was hollering, screaming in pain and agony. And they were still trying to leave. So it's a very sad situation on there. It's just crazy how people's will be and do in this type of situation. So that's all I got for right now on that situation. Put it in the comments. What do you think about this situation? What do you think about this situation? Is it worth putting your life on the line, doing that type of job, being a repo man? The repo man didn't deserve that. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. So that's going to be it for that topic. We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we'll be back with the second topic. And the second topic is Monique is at it again. She's at it again. And Monique has said allegedly now, and I got a video to prove it, she said that Madea is a far better human being than Tyler Perry. So what do you guys think about that? We're going to talk about that next when we be right back with DDTS episode 507. Be right back. Hey y'all, welcome back to DDTS episode 507, and thank y'all for joining me. Now we're finna go ahead and get into this next topic. Now the next topic that we're about to get into is a tired ass situation that peoples don't know how to let shit go. So Monique was interviewed by a interviewer by the name of Grant Red, or whatever his name is, so I'm gonna say Grant. This was on Neighborhood Talks once again. So Monique has been at it again. She talked about on the interview that about Tyler Perry. About that it was saying that she was difficult to work with and everything. But I'm going to put the video clip up real quick. I'm going to put the video clip up in just a minute because let me tell y'all something. Whether Monique watches this video and whether she doesn't, I really don't give two damns or two fucks because she does not intimidate me. But what I will say about Monique, she is a human being. Yes, she's a human being. And I will say this. She's a human being. She had a lustrous career. But I will say this. When you let too many peoples, when you let the wrong peoples try to get in your head, get in your ear, and better yet, dictate your career saying you should do this and do that, it's basically the wrong thing to do. That's just me. And I'm going to say this. I believe it's her husband. Her husband done got in her ear. Her husband done got in her head. And now, with this being said and with this being done, talked about, or we never been dragging Tyler Perry's name through the mud. Listen, I understand. I don't know what happened between Tyler Perry and Monique during the time when they did Precious. But the thing is this. If Tyler Perry was wrong, he was wrong. If he did wrong, he did wrong, and he should own up to it. If Monique did wrong, she should own up to it. But yet, if anybody is wrong in any situation, take accountability for it. Everybody should. Everybody should learn that. Even I had to learn that. Even I had to learn to take accountability. And if I was in the wrong about something, like now, if I was in the wrong about something, hell, I'd take accountability for it. Any person that have the right sense of mind should take accountability for their actions and admit that they was wrong and admit I should have done this, I shouldn't have done that. That's how it should be. But at the same time, it's like I understand Monique is hurting and she needs to heal. But baby, this is 12 years before and 12 years after. This was 12 years ago. At some point, honey, you got to let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. I understand. You want to get your point across. I understand that. Now, it's some people that will side with Monique, and some people's probably like, girl, when you going to let this go? I'm with them. When you know you're going to let this go. But it seems like to me at the same time, it's like, if Tyler Perry was going to respond to her, it's pretty much he's not giving no reason to now because Monique is making it worse than it already is. The main reason Monique probably won't succeed, well, better yet, the reason Monique probably won't get any better because she's still holding on to the hurt that she has suffered. Well, I ain't going to say suffer because in some form of fashion, you put yourself through that. When you keep bringing stuff up like this, it's draining as fuck. We tired of it. Just tired. But I'm about to put this clip up, and then she had the nerve and the audacity to bring up Angie Stone's and use Angie Stone's homecoming, her funeral, to get her message and point across. When I tell you that is some of the most crazy ass, stupid ass, disrespectful shit I've ever heard and seen, it is. But let me go on and put this damn clip up so we can finish talking about this shit.
I'm not going to let you treat anybody else bad that we're playing with. So I think that the misconception came from Tyler Perry. I'm not trying to dress it up. I'm too damn grown to be scared to say it out loud. But when that brother says, oh, she's difficult to work with, well, people ran with that. And it affected my career for 12 years on, oh, she's difficult. But what I will say, people that have worked with me, nobody has ever said, oh my God, she's difficult to work with. And Tyler Perry ass ain't never worked with me. So go figure that out. Okay then, Red Grant.
Well, we're here now. Forget it. We're here now because he said something recently and you addressed the situation. And I felt you. You know what I mean? Because I just don't like, I don't want to call whatever, what I don't want to get a part of, but don't be hypocritical in situations, right? And you talked about that. What made you react like that?
Angie Stone was a warrior. Angie Stone was a fighter, baby. And to watch that man up there be hypocritical over top of my sister, no, sir. You cannot do that, because if it was the other way around, I know my sister would have done the same damn thing. It's like, what you will not do is be a wolf in sheep's clothing. I won't allow that, Tyler Perry. So, and when people say he does such nice things for people, he does. But he gonna make sure you damn sure know about it. He gonna make sure you knew. Okay, then, Red Grant, we knew he had Whitney Houston on the plane. We knew he paid for the girl's house when it burned down. We knew he left a $3,000 tip. It's like, listen, when you do things from here, that's between you and the universe. So, and let me be clear.
Yeah, and it talks about that in the Bible too. It talks about don't do for people and then brag on it. Like that's supposed to be something that you do, and God, that's you and God.
And so, let me be clear, as I've always said, me and my husband love Tyler Perry as we love Oprah Winfrey. They're our brother and sister, or they may be our sisters, however you see it, okay? However you see it, because if he has on the dress, he's my sister. When he puts on the damn pants, he's my brother. But however, Madea is a far better human being than Tyler Perry. Madea is a far better human being because the principles and the values that she stands on, once he goes back to Tyler Perry, he drops it off. He drops it off. And people, oftentimes in our community, we act with our emotions. Not logic, not fact. We just deal with our emotions. And I'm like, y'all, as long as we deal in our emotions, we will always be placed at the bottom because we're not dealing with it logically or factually.
Right.
Welcome back, y'all. So that was the clip of the situation, what she was saying in the interview. She was like, basically, Monique was going on and on and on and on and on about Tyler Perry, about her being difficult to work with. And it seems like to me, Monique has given Tyler Perry reasons to now not respond to her, especially when she and her husband is going around recording people's in their conversations, which I don't understand what's the point of that. I don't know what's the point to prove of that, and with that, I really don't understand. And I understand that Cindy Hicks is Monique's husband. Or better yet, she calls him her daddy, or whatever type situation and arrangement they got going on. I understand he's trying to stick up for her and defend her, but at some form of fashion, I don't care, manager or not, at some form of fashion, you have to stay out of situations that does not have anything to do with the spouse. I understand that your spouse want to do their duty, but at some form of fashion, let the two peoples or three or whoever that's got this situation going on and that's got this problem, let them resolve the problem. Don't dip your Kool-Aid in the water if you ain't gonna bring no flavor to it nor put enough sugar in it to make it sweet. Don't do that. But I will say this. Basically, all it is saying in that video is about Monique basically talking about Tyler Perry, calling him allegedly a hypocrite, saying he's a hypocrite. And she was going on and on and on in the interview saying that, Tyler Perry did this for the girl house that got burned down. Tyler Perry left a $3,000 tip, this and that. Basically, she was reflecting and going over all the nice things that Tyler Perry has done. Yes, we all know Tyler Perry has done some really wonderful and powerful things. Basically, she's saying if Tyler Perry can do all these nice things for all of these peoples, why can't he do the nice thing to me and give me an apology? Give me for what I deserve. And that's an apology. And that is, whatever else. Okay? Understandable. But it's a way to do it. Tyler Perry probably would have responded, probably would have reached out in a respectable way. But when you or when anybody as a person records their conversations and having peoples that ain't got nothing to do with the conversation, putting their inputs in and everything, making it worse than it already is, it's like, wow, what's next? And this what really got me. Monique said in the interview on Neighborhood Talks that Madea is a better human being than Tyler Perry. Well, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you. And I know for a fact that I'm going to get dragged for what I'm going to say. I love Madea. I know it's a lot of people that love Madea. I know it's a lot of people that is not a fan of Madea, but I love Madea. I love Tyler Perry. He's a wonderful human being in my view. I wrote Tyler Perry back in 2014, my senior year of high school. I wrote him back my senior year of high school. Did I get a response back? No, I have not. But I'm going to hold that against him? No, I am not, because he's a busy man. He's doing what there needs to be done, making his career, making blessings, breaking down barriers for a whole bunch of peoples. Even though a lot of peoples want to jump down Tyler Perry's throat because he's a man that wears a dress of his career. He's a man that, that puts on dresses to be Madea. It's a lot of people that love that. I love that. He is getting his bag. Tyler Perry, he started off very, 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 very small. And he overcame so many tough obstacles in his life. And he has accomplished and still doing blessings and still doing big things of what he has been through. So when Monique said that Madea is way better than Tyler Perry and well likable, or however she put it, well, I'm going to tell you something. I love Madea and I love Tyler Perry. Because whether Tyler Perry has on that dress or not, Tyler Perry is not bothered. He's not worried. He's not harming anybody. He's not going around here dragging people's names in the mud 12 and 13 years later like she's doing. She's still holding on to the hurt and pain that she is suffering. At some point, you have to let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Because I know a lot of peoples that don't know how to let stuff go. Let it go. Yes, you've been hurt. Everybody's been hurt. You ain't the only one that's been in the most painful situation. We get it. Let it go. Let it die down. And that's what makes people don't want to be around those certain peoples, because they keep bringing up all the pain and the hurt that they've been through. Somebody's always done them wrong. Somebody's always done them wrong. Okay, we get it. But what have you done to those people's wrong? Whatever you do, do not tell one side of a story, and don't tell a side of a story, and don't tell their side of a story when you got your side, and your side might be the main side that is the most problem of it. But I'm going to say this. When Monique says Tyler Perry, Madea is way better than Tyler Perry, is well likable than Tyler Perry, well, sweetheart, y'all might drag me for this, but here you go. What if I said Nikki Parker was way likable than Monique? Yes, I went there. What if I said Nikki Parker from the Parkers is way likable than Monique? At least with Nikki Parker was fun. Nikki Parker, she was that woman. We got that comedy side, Nikki Parker. She didn't play about Professor Olive. She didn't play about the professor. What if I said I like Nikki Parker better than I did Monique? That wouldn't be so nice, would it? Wouldn't be so sporty, would it? Wouldn't be very respectful, would it? No, it wouldn't. But because these are two peoples in my community, in the black community, which I highly respect. No, I'm not dragging anyone. I'm just putting it out there as a content creator, as a person that does YouTube. I like Nikki Parker. I like Monique. I respect them both. But at the same freaking time, it's all about taking accountability. Taking accountability, learning to heal, and learning to let go. That's all you have to do. Let go, let it die down. Because that is not good for you. That is not good for your mental health. That is not good for the peoples that are around you 24/7. Because it's a lot of peoples out there that you tell the same stuff to. They be wanting to tell you, would you please just let it go? But they don't want to hurt your feelings. Because they know how much of a sensitive person that you could be and could not be. I'm just being honest. Yes, I'm an Aquarius. So, with that, I'm going to say this. Monique is basically proving Tyler Perry right. Monique is basically proving Tyler Perry right. Because still doing all this raving, and Tyler Perry has not responded one bit. And what really pisses me off is how you going to use Angie Stone's homegoing service. How you going to use her homegoing service How is you gonna use her passing, use Tyler Perry's eulogy, saying how she was done wrong and all this and that, how she was saying Angie Stone was a warrior, baby. She was a warrior. Why would you wait till a person is gone and wait till their funeral and do this type of stuff? That is the most disrespectful thing that you could ever do. Now, I know I should be a lot careful with my words, but allegedly, let's be real. Let's be real. When you use somebody that is no longer here on this earth, when you use a person's situation just to escape what you got going on around you, if you have to use a person's death, if you have to use a person's passing, if you got to use a person's relationship or something, whatever problem they got going on in their life and in their situation, if anybody got to use their excuse just to escape of reality, what the damn problem they got going on, then basically they need help. That proves that they don't care about anybody but themselves. And I'm just going to say that and leave it at that. So I'm going to say this. I'm hoping that she receives the healing. I'm hoping that she receives the healing. I'm hoping that she receives the answers that she's looking for. Hopefully Tyler Perry will respond to her in the future. Or better yet, in another 12 or 13 years. Because, baby, we tired. We are tired. Let it go. So, what do y'all think about that situation? Put it in the comments, y'all. Okay, so we got one more topic, and that will be it for DDTS, episode 507 of DDTS. So, we're going to take one more break, and we'll be right back. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the last topic of DDTS, episode 507. Thank you for joining me on this last topic. Oh, my baby text me back. Y'all being nosy, keep your ears closed. But I'm just playing, y'all. I forgot I was recording. But yeah, welcome back to the last topic. Now, this is the last topic what we're going to talk about. I forgot this man's name, but he is a content. I'm not saying I don't think he's a content creator, but I think he's a person that, I guess that records content. I'm not really sure. Hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Sorry about that. But yeah, I don't forgot the person's name, but it has been going viral that this man, he was in Family Dollar and he was getting some items. Actually, I got the clips and I got the videos too. I'm gonna put up and we're gonna talk about it once before and after I put up the clip. But I'm gonna say, basically, I'm very happy that he did what he did, because it basically tells you that never try to speak in another form or fashion where you think a person is not going to understand you and get where you're coming from. Let's just say, just because a person is darker or in a different community as you, don't think that they don't know, and don't think that they're not paying attention, because they are. When you think they don't understand, baby, they understand real loud and clear. And if you don't know exactly what I'm talking about, you're finna understand right now. So what I'm about to do, I'm about to put these clips up, and I want y'all to watch these clips. And after the clips end, we're going to finish elaborating on this. And I want y'all to know, and I want to ask y'all, what do y'all think about this? So come on and join me and watch this clip of this video.
Let me give you a word of advice. Man, you got to watch what you say when you say it. Because this is what I'm saying. Because you don't know who speaks Spanish. Yo soy cubano, ¿me entiendes? Pero yo soy cubano, Y cuando habla la gente negra, estoy hablando de mí también.
I was just saying.
Okay, but I'm just saying, you need to watch what you say.
I was just saying.
Okay, I'm just letting you know though. When you talk about people, especially black people, man, watch what you're saying. I ain't recording you. I'm recording myself. I'm recording you now. I'm recording you now. So, you know what? That's what I'm saying. They be talking that shit Spanish, thinking people don't understand their ass. Yo soy cubano. Cuando hablan la mierda de negros, estoy hablando de mí también. So when you talk about black folks in Spanish, a bunch of them understand what the fuck you're saying. No, y'all talking that nigga shit Spanish. Yo soy cubano, yo entiendo. Cuando habla esa mierda de negros, estoy hablando de mí también. Like I'm telling people, I didn't video to get the girl fired. What happened was I was in the store, Family Dollar, and I was buying a few things, and some soap and stuff like that. Now the one lady, she was on the aisle with me. She knew I spoke Spanish because I had my phone on speaker, and I was talking to a customer in Spanish. So she knew I spoke Spanish. The girl behind the counter, she probably didn't. So as I was going through the line, the lady in front of me, she had a little girl, and her little girl had some little tennis, and they were black. So she asked the girl behind the counter, what about the white tennis? She said, no, the white tennis, they were speaking Spanish. She said, the white tennis for boys. She said, but when I opened up the box, I put the box behind the counter because she said in Spanish, porque los negros estaban robando. The black people, and I'm going to say it without being derogatory, but she's saying the black people would be stealing the tennis. But she said it in Spanish in a derogatory way. So the lady in front of me, who knew I spoke Spanish, turns around and looked at me in the face. And then she started engaging in the conversation. No, estos negros siempre allá están robando las cosas. So I'm sitting in line. I'm really holding my peace to keep from going off because I don't want to act a fool. So I wait till she burn off, and I tell the little sister behind the counter, I said, let me give you a word of advice. I said, man, you'll never know. I said, you'll never know who you offend. And as I'm trying to tell her, I guess she's snapping. Did he understand me? So I tell her in Spanish, yo soy cubano. To let her know I understand. So now she's going to the fence and trying to explain to me why she said what she said, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't videoing her, I was videoing myself. And then she, she hollered for her manager, he's videoing me, so I'm like, I wouldn't, but I said I am now. So I put her on blast. And like I said, my intention wasn't to get her fired, was to check her, to watch what you say, because you never know who understand you. So you see me as a black person, but you don't know my roots. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's why I'm trying to wake her up to, man, you never know who understand you, because there's a bunch of us Afro-Latinos que habla español. Y como yo parle français aussi, I speak French and Spanish. So you see the man, but you don't know the roots. And that was my thing. You never know who you offend because you never know who understand you.
Right. And what was that moment like when you got a call from corporate?
I can't say this now. Corporate called me to apologize. That made me feel good that somebody took out their time, that somebody responded to my complaint, because
Welcome back, y'all. So that was the clips. It was actually two of them. One of them was when the man was in the Dollar Tree store, Family Dollar store, and the other one was when he was getting interviewed about the whole situation. So let me break it down to y'all, because I don't think I've been doing it a lot lately, but I'm gonna break it down to y'all. So apparently, like I said in the beginning, the black man, hold on, y'all. So the black man, he was shopping. He was getting some stuff. And something like that. And one of the customers asked the cashier whenever, about some tennis shoes, and it was some white shoes and it was some black shoes, and something like that. And it was said that the man was speaking to somebody that speaks Spanish, because he could speak Spanish as well, because I believe he was Afro-Latino. I think he was Afro-Latino, I believe. I don't want to get it wrong. So basically, I think she said the N-word in Spanish, said the word Negro in Spanish or something like that. And when she said that, the black man understood it. And he didn't let her forget it. He recapped it back to her. But what the woman that said the term didn't know was that the black man understood her, because the black man was Afro-Latino, or he was Afro-Cuban. He was one of them. He was black mixed with Afro-Cuban or Afro-Latino. It was one of them. And he spoke French and he spoke Spanish, so he understood. So he basically told a woman, y'all are not to say anything. Y'all ought to watch what y'all say, because you don't know whether the person understands or not. So hopefully, that tells you this man understood every single word that this woman was saying, because he spoke Spanish and he spoke French. He was either Afro-Latino or Afro-Cuban. It was one of them, if I'm saying it correctly. But it's like, wow. That basically says, watch what you say to people, because they might say they don't understand, but deep down they understand for sure and a fact. And then after that, he was interviewed, and he recapped on every single thing that happened in the Family Dollar store. And he said something that stood out to me. You see the man, but you don't see the root. You see a person that you would never thought that understood what that person is saying, but deep down, form or fashion, they understand real good. So, to the man that did that, I applaud him, I salute him, I stand up for him wholeheartedly. He earns my respect and he has my respect. I might not be telling it all like it should be told, but I can just tell what I know and what I saw of it. That's basically all I can do and say. But I can say this. When you speaking in any language that you speak, when you speaking in Spanish and you can't understand it, you never know what a person might be saying to you in another language, because they feel like you can't understand it. And with that being said, it was a while back. I was on a live with someone that spoke English and Spanish, and one of their friends came in alive, and they was both talking in Spanish, and I was just sitting there all confused and everything. And I asked my friend, one of my best friends, I asked him, I was like, was y'all talking about me? Because I couldn't understand what y'all was saying in Spanish. I don't understand that Spanish. Was y'all talking about me? They were like, no, we weren't talking about you. We was insulting each other in Spanish. I was like, oh, okay, because I don't understand what y'all talking about now. I don't want to be getting talked about in Spanish and y'all can't understand. I was just letting them know. But yeah, I salute the person that did this. So yes, indeed, I salute the person. And the corporate apologized to the man about the incident. And I'm going to tell you this, because a lot of peoples don't know but I'm going to go ahead and say it. A lot of people don't know this, but they're going to know today. Just because you're a black man or black woman does not mean that they're all black. Because there are black men and there are black women that speak Spanish. There are black men and there are black women that come from countries and that are born in countries that speak Spanish. There is such a thing. There is such a thing called Afro-Latino. There's such a thing called Afro-Cuban. It is. Blasian, it's black and Asian. It's black and Mexican, black and Puerto Rican, a black Latino, black Cuban, it's a lot. Because you never know. Just because a person's skin color is different or darker does not mean that they're full who they say they are. Because you never know who can understand a language that you are speaking. I know it's a bunch of people that speak Spanish that think that they should be the only ones that speak it. No. So when you think you're speaking a language to another person that is not of the community and you think they can't pick up on that, be sure to pay attention to that, because if they recap what you said, if they translate what you said on their phone or in Spanish or English, you in trouble. So I'm just going to put it like that. But what do y'all think about that situation? So that'll be my video for today, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. Happy Saturday. And let me know in the comments what y'all think. I hope y'all enjoy. Thank you so much. And I really want to say I love y'all and thank you for everything. Love y'all. Till next time. Bye-bye.